Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Pitiful Jim here, and I decided to read, well, a new book. And this time around, I think you guys need some historical education, so I'm going to read you John Adams. It's just John Adams, so let's get started. Okay. In the cold, nearly colorless light of a New England winter, two men on horseback were banging each other on the coast road below Boston. Their penises were heading north. A foot more of cum covered the landscape, mostly their fault. The remnants of a Christmas storm that had blanketed Massachusetts from one end of the province to the other. Beneath the snow, there were fucking zombies. Fucking ice zombies with ice picks and, of course, Corona Light. And they were grabbing at the horse's feet, and the two guys were like, we're never going to fucking make it with these zombies, so they decided to have their final sex together, which they did, and it was very graphic, and let's just say it involved a lot of anal plowing. So, they died, and the zombies were like, okay. The zombies didn't eat their body, though, so they were just like, they're covered in cum. And these zombies were very homophobic, and they're like, well, we can't eat cum, you know? That'll just make us look bad. But the head zombie was like, we haven't eaten in months, and cum isn't all that bad. And all the zombies were like, faggot, and they killed them. So, yeah. So the zombies, after that, killing their leaders, decided that they had to form their own new constitution because they didn't have a king anymore and they wanted a president. So they were like, okay, we're going to write up the constitution. But then the British fucking came, and the British were like, whoa, whoa, whoa. If you're in the 13 colonies right now, you can't have your own constitution. You have the king. And the zombies were like, fuck that, we're zombies. And then they ripped apart the British's arms off, and then they used them as, you know, arms, and that's it. So the zombies declared that, okay, the British forced us to have a king, we have no choice, we gotta play Yahtzee. And one of the zombies was like, that doesn't make any sense. He's like, shut the fuck up, Yahtzee is an awesome game. And all the zombies were like, yeah, awesome, Yahtzee's pretty fucking awesome. I mean, you know. But the guy was like, but I never win Yahtzee. It's like, you know, I always try to go for Yahtzee, and I always am like one off. The best thing I normally get is a full house, and that's fucking shit. It doesn't win you the game. And they're like, well, don't be a poor sport fuckface. He's like, I'm not being a poor sport. I'm just saying this game requires no skill. And the zombies were like, get the fuck out. You're a traitor. You're like the Benedict Arnold of zombies, not wanting to play Yahtzee with the rest of us. Another zombie is like, fine, I'll just go home and play Call of Duty by myself. You do that. So the zombie went home and he decided to go play some Call of Duty. But this was in 1776, so electricity wasn't invented yet. But apparently Xboxes were. Yeah, they're pretty useless. But actually, back then, when people bought an Xbox in 1776, you know, they used their imagination and stuff, and they pressed buttons. It was a pretty sad time. And instead of eating Doritos when they played Xbox, they just had to imagine it. They used, like, wood chippings and the occasional rat that came by, and they just sort of bit into that and pretended it was Doritos. Life was pretty hard back in the 1700s. But luckily for the zombie, as he was playing his Call of Duty, John Adams burst through the door, and John Adams was like, hey. Alrighty, I think I'll stop there. What? Yeah.